What's going on, guys? Phil here from Phil's Craft Corner. Hope you're all having a great day. Today's just going to be an update video for you guys because I've not been around for a little bit now. It's been maybe 3 months since I did a proper video, and that's mainly because I've basically got 5 jobs at the moment. So I've got my craft corner, which includes making all the craft supplies, and then when I get the time, testing new things out and making videos for you guys. I have my handyman side, which is very, very busy at the moment, non-stop. People are just booking me in for absolutely everything that I can do, every minute that I've got spare. So hopefully I can finish off the jobs that I've currently got and put that to one side, because that's not where I want to be. It's the crafting and the making stuff that I want to be doing. I'm still doing the sunbeds.
You weren't that brown this morning.
Sunbed. I'll get them in usual.
Which is 2 days a week. I've been there a long period of time now. I really get on with the owner and the other guys that work there, and it's just a really nice environment to be working in, and I don't really want to leave there anytime soon because of that. So I'm going to carry on with that for as long as I possibly can. Probably is going to be a day where that comes to an end.
All good things come to an end.
But that's not anytime soon. And then I've got the new job, which started in January. Now, this new job, I don't know if you saw my short video, which was actually making this sign on an 8x4 CNC machine. It's a Fabertech, and it's an absolute beast of a machine. That's pretty much my job at the new place. I run that machine. The bonus of that is I get to use the machine every now and again, which, as you can see, somebody was supposed to be buying that and didn't come and pick it up. Happens a lot, so now it lives up there. And then on top of all that, I am now a trustee for Fylde Kids Foundation. And if you've never heard of Fylde Kids Foundation, it's a fairly new charity on the Blackpool and Fylde coast, where we realised that children over here are in like the lowest of the poverty band in the UK, and they don't have a uniform, they don't have shoes, don't have equipment to get into school. The parents can't afford to put them in after school clubs to do extracurricular activities or anything like that. So Fylde Kids Foundation kind of step in and help with all of that kind of stuff, and we want every child to be able to reach their full potential with whatever they're doing. At the moment, we are helping families by giving food parcels. Every year when we start a new school year, we are giving away like a little equipment pouch with pencils, rulers, stencils, everything you need, rubbers, erasers, all kinds of stuff to get the kids into there. This Thursday coming up, I'm going to be at one of the local schools with my sister, who is one of the founders of the charity. We're going to that school and we're doing what's called our clothing drive, where people have donated clothing to us and we just give them away to people that need them. So we set up all the stalls that we have, and you can just come and collect what you need. They're the guys that I made the sleigh for. So that's pretty much the reason why I haven't been making any videos. I didn't have the time and I didn't have the energy to do all of this stuff in one go and be able to make and edit videos for you guys. Like I say, that handyman stuff is coming to an end, and then I can concentrate more on this side of stuff. I'm hoping to really kick off with my craft corner with selling the blanks and supplying to other crafters for their jobs. That's where I want to be. That's the reality of what I want to be at. This new job that I've got, that's going to help with that a lot, because like I say, I can use that machine and equipment after I finish work, so I can do my 7-8 hours job there for the day, then I can do an hour after it, which is going to make stuff a lot quicker and more precise than I could make stuff on my scroll saw. For example, these cream egg bunnies that I make a lot of these every single year. It takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to do 10 to 15 of these. On the CNC, I can do 50 in 30 minutes. I can just set the machine running, let that 30 minutes go, stock up on these, and then they're all ready to go. It's going to be much quicker, much easier, much less stress. But I don't want you guys to just sit and watch this video and say, oh, this is what Phil's been doing. I want to show you some of the stuff that I've made in the past and answer some questions that people have been putting on my videos. One of the most recent ones was these DeWalt goggles with my I've got my mask, it's still in the workshop, I didn't need that, and that was the prescription lenses that I said I'd found that might be able to fit in these and work well. The answer is they don't. I was upset with that. They work really well with snorkeling goggles, so I thought they'd work well with this. And the problem with this is it's a different shape around here than what the lens comes with. So this is the lens. It doesn't come in two pieces, it comes in one, and that's where the issue was. So these join pretty much like this. I tried to glue them together afterwards, and when you try to push them into the goggles, try and show you. So with the one, when you push it into the goggles, it kind of locks itself into a weird position, and it doesn't want to sit nicely at all. So it'll either sit like that, which is nowhere near your eye, and when it kind of sits in the right place, which is there, it kind of sits, but then as soon as it starts moving, it'll shoot down from that side like that. That's why they snapped. They didn't want to go in and fit across this bridge together. Now, I could probably glue them in and have them as a workaround to do the job, but wearing them with my glasses isn't too bad. As you can see, my glasses fit in there quite nicely. This is fairly comfortable when it's on, and when the mask is on, put the mask on first, it's alright. The only problem I have after this is when I take it off, it pulls my glasses off with it. I'm not bothered about that. It's not a problem at all. I can just take my glasses out and put it back on. I could also get some spare lenses, possibly glue them in. There's no point in having a workaround when it's comfortable enough just as it is. I can work for an hour and a half, even up to 2 hours wearing this and the mask at the same time, and it doesn't bother me at all. Next up is resin stuff. So I've been doing a lot more practicing and playing around with resin. This box on its own is full of molds. I got all different kinds of molds. I even made a mold. I think I've had a short video of making this mold. It's still going strong. I did a 3D print, made this mold. It's still pretty good, still works. I still do castings with this, like so. This little cat, so that's what that mold is that I made. It's a little tail here. This is probably the weakest part, but these aren't too bad. These are getting ready for the Great Global Ghost Hunt again. I did a glittery blue cat. We've got this mold, which is great. This is like little ghosts with cats. There's a theme. I like cats. And then I just got this mold the other day. These horns, these don't work too well, but you know, they're pretty good. So I am doing more with resin. I had an idea of possibly going live once a day, pouring things like this one day, and then the next day demolding and pouring another set, so you guys can choose what colours go in it and things like that. If you like that kind of idea, let me know down below, because the Great Global Ghost Hunt happens every October, and I want to have at least 200 to 300 of these guys to hide this year. I want to make it big, and I want to make some videos, want to join in massively. And then last but not least, I have questions about the slate coasters, of how long the finish lasts, how well it endures. And luckily for you guys, I have one slate coaster that I've been using religiously on my desk, and I haven't cleaned it. I've been waiting for the opportunity to have the time and want to make the effort just mentally to make the video, and that was testing the slate coaster. So I've got two here. One is this one. I've just had a glass on it, and you can see the outline of the glass just a little bit on there. It's perfectly fine. But this one, as you can see, that is absolutely disgusting. Once it's been on my desk and cats sneak past and knock my brew, or I stand up and I knock my brew, that's why this has ended up like this. I've wiped it over just with a damp cloth every now and again, but I wanted to leave it to get as grubby as possible, to give it a proper good scrub and show you guys how durable this actually is. So I'm going to get myself some soapy water. I'm going to turn around onto my workbench, which, by the way, like this workbench, as you can see, there's a couple of little bits around, but it was about here all the way across this workbench with just junk this morning. And while I've been working and doing laser cutting today, I decided I've got to do it. I have to clear this off. I have to make myself do it. So I did. On this side, I've made myself a shelf. I'll show you that in a moment, for my materials, and I'm going to build more stuff going around it to store more stuff and keep myself tidy. So that is my aim. I'm going to try and do that. So let's get this water, we'll clean this slate, and I can show you guys just how durable it is. As I was saying with organising, this is a little shelf that I built. These are laser cut brackets. I need to put an actual shelf on here because the bottom of these boards are going to dip. But this is 16.5 kilos worth of MDF sheets just sat on top, and it's absolutely solid. It's not going anywhere. So I'm going to make some more stuff using this design kind of thing. Because I did have these stored down here. This was literally like that there, just mess everywhere this morning. So I've got my smaller sheets of MDF there. I might store them underneath. These bits of wood junk that I need to go through to get rid of. And then under here, I've literally got all my resin stuff now just in this one spot. It was all along this desk, piled high. I had to move stuff to get to stuff. And it's really annoying me that I do that, and I need to stop. So yeah, let me get on the tripod again. I'll get this cleaned up in that soapy water, and then you can see just how good these look even after 4 years and a lot of mess. Alright, so I got myself a little cloth. This is just like one of them spongy cloth things. Drop both of them in. Give this one a wipe because it wasn't even really that dirty. On this one, it's already pretty much clean anyway. We will wipe all this off, and then I'll go and get a towel, we'll dry it off, and you can see the difference. Alright, and there we go. Both look really good. I didn't quite get my speed and power settings on this one right, which is why I had it on my desk as a tester, but it still looks just as good as when I first did it. And this one obviously is absolutely brand new. So the slate coasters do last really nicely. You can clean them as many times as you want. They're good for outside as a display thing. So yeah, that's that question answered. Alright guys, I think that is it. I think we're kind of caught up with everything that I've been up to over the past few months, and the reason why I've been so quiet. I hope that's sufficient enough evidence for you guys to forgive me for what I've been doing and neglecting the videos, but something had to give, and obviously I can't give up work because I need to pay the bills, and I'm not going to give up on the charity. The kids need our help, so unfortunately you guys had to be the ones to make the sacrifice. But I'm back, and I really hope that I can carry on and get a bit of momentum and just keep making videos. I just need an hour or so here or there. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to plan. Like I say, with that shelf that I built, I want to do kind of modular shelving around to fit in what I need. So like my resin stuff that I've got down underneath the table, I kind of want on the other side behind the other door that I've got, to be able to put some shelving there and put all my resin stuff on, so it's easy to get to, it's organised. I need somewhere to put all my packaging stuff, because at the moment that's piled over in another corner, so I've got piles of bubble wrap and boxes are just everywhere, and that needs organising. So hopefully I can come up with something for that. I'm going to be doing more videos of the CNC work, so anything that I'd work out how to do on the CNC of my own stuff, I'm going to be making videos of that, because the video of making this Mabel sign did really well. You all seem to enjoy watching the CNC work for that. It is kind of magical just watching it cut everything out, and kind of addictive, which thankfully part of my job is to keep an eye on that machine and watch it, so I'm always nearby. Yeah, I get to watch that all the time. I'm going to be doing more resin stuff. Like I said, I want to put that live video once a day with making the resin ghosts, all different types and colours, and you guys can have your input on that. So hopefully you guys would want to join in as well and do your part for the Global Ghost Hunt. There is a Facebook page. I'll put those links down to everything down below, all social media and stuff, so you can check out everything that I'm doing. The charity, you can follow along with that if you want. Please do. We want as much interaction as possible. Any ideas of how we can help people? Tom, the guy that founded it with my sister, he's just walked up Snowdon in aid of a charity, raising money for that. That's the third mountain that they've climbed, so they're doing a lot of stuff. We've got a massive walk from Fleetwood to St Ansons, so we're walking all the way down the Fylde coast. It takes about 7.5 hours. A lot of people joining in. I'm going to be making a video of that because I'm going to be a massive part of it this year. So yeah, there's going to be a lot coming up, and I really hope that I can find the time to make some videos and record it, and then find the time to edit it for you guys. I'm on my way to 5,000 subscribers now, so if you want to help out get to 5,000 subscribers, I'll be truly grateful. I'm hoping when I get there and things settle down that I'll be able to put a bit more time in. I might even have a look at getting an editor so that I don't have to take up the time for editing the video as well, and fitting that into my busy schedule, so that will mean I can make more videos. So I don't know about the costing of that at the moment. I don't know how it'll work, so something I really need to look into. If you appreciate all the effort that I've put in my entire life and still been able to make a video for you guys, then please hit that like button. Let me know that you're still watching, because I really do appreciate it. You're all absolutely amazing. Hopefully I can catch you in another video very soon. Hopefully it's something laser related, because that's pretty much why most of you guys are here. It's how I started the channel, and I want to kind of keep that going as well. So stick around, please do. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you all. See you later.